All right, kiddos. So today we're talking Challenge or Sell. This is a fabulous book for businesses of every kind, how to get more sales. What are the attributes of top performing salespeople and companies? Because it's very attached to the organization, not just the individuals. What are those strategies, tactics, techniques that are getting better results than everybody else? Okay. This is an incredible book. I'm going to give you a few things from the intro here to kind of give you an idea what I'm talking about before I jump into some of my quotes and whatever. He starts with a history of sales, right? I mean, way back when. And there are a couple of breakthroughs. I'm actually going to jump to the second breakthrough because the first one's not earth-shattering for me. Second breakthrough, it happened in July 1925 when the E.K. Strong published The Psychology of Selling. The seminal work introduced the idea of sales techniques such as features and benefits, objection handling, closing, and perhaps most important, open and closed questioning. Perhaps the most important aspect of this contribution was the idea that selling wasn't an innate ability. It was a set of identifiable skills that could be learned. Okay, then breakthrough 3, breakthrough 4, and then the fourth breakthrough is what basically became this book, The Challenge or Sell and the work of the CEB. Basically, this massive amount of research from the CEB and what they took to create this Challenge or Sell is very solid research over I think he says they followed 35,000 different salespeople across multiple companies. And this was a multiple year study and finding what behaviors, what abilities, what talents, what dynamics of the company created the best salespeople. So this research put them into 5 buckets. Putting salespeople into 5 buckets, the research claimed that salespeople fell into one of 5 distinct profiles: the hard worker, the challenger, the relationship builder, the lone wolf, the reactive problem solver. So if you're a salesperson or you kind of work with them, what kind of people do you know that are in sales? Do they match any of those profiles? And I'll get into them a little bit more here in just a sec. So surveys of customers consistently show that they put the highest value on salespeople who make them think, who bring new ideas, who find creative and innovative ways to help their customers' business. So they want people to teach them things. They don't want just some salesperson to show up and say, I've got a product for you, you should buy it, right? I mean, I don't think most salespeople do that, but the point is you want to have a salesperson that can show up to a complex business, have some new perspective, new ideas, some market knowledge, and say, here's a risk or a threat that's coming down the pike. Here's a mitigation to that risk. Here's an opportunity. I can help you solve that exact problem that I'm explaining. So that's what companies want in a salesperson. And when they get that, they actually develop a very strong relationship with that company and become much more loyal. Evolving journey of solution selling, right? So the process that I just explained is solution selling. Here's a problem. Here's the solution. We've got you covered. So what set the best reps apart wasn't so much their ability to succeed in a down economy, but their ability to succeed in a complex sales model, one that places a huge burden on both reps and customers to think and behave differently. That model is often referred to as a solution selling or solutions approach, or simply solutions, and has come to dominate sales and marketing strategies across the last 10 to 20 years. The key to its success is the creation of bundled offerings that not only meet broader customer needs in a unique and valuable way, but also that competitors can't easily replicate. Okay, so here we go. The 44 attributes we tested fell into 5 distinct groups, each containing a very different combination of rep characteristics. So the hard worker, I'm going to break these down for you. The hard worker, always willing to go the extra mile, doesn't give up easily, self-motivated, interested in feedback and development. So 21% of reps fell into that bucket. 27% of reps fell into the challenger. And the challenger is always has a different view of the world, understands the customer's business, loves to debate, and pushes the customer. 21% of reps fell into the relationship builder, and they builds strong advocates in customer organizations, generous in giving time to help others, gets along with everyone. The lone wolf, 18% of the sample size, follows own instincts, self-assured, difficult to control. And 14% of the sample size is the reactive problem solver, reliably responds to internal and external stakeholders, ensures that all problems are solved, detail oriented. Okay, so that's the breakdown. Those are some of their attributes that they exhibit. Now, we're going to get into some things where we talk about who actually gets the best results and who gets the worst. So finding number 2 is the title of this little section here. And it says one clear winner and one clear loser. So who wins? The answer is the challenger by a landslide. So there's a little graph here. It won't show up well if I held it up to the camera because of the filter, but it's got bar graphs, and it shows basically the percentage of the core performers and then the percentage of high performers. And the challenger was second highest in core performers, but it was by far the highest in high performers. So it's 23% of core and 39% of high performers were challenger reps. On the other hand, the relationship builder was only 7% of high performers. So the relationship builders is not that they can't be high performers, but only 7% of them were high performers. And 26% of them, which is the highest for percentage of core performers. So interesting. The second highest for high performers was the lone wolf. So if you think back to their attributes, that lone wolf was like, I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to make it happen. They're sort of willing to do their own risk it all, kind of the risk it to get the biscuit kind of people, right? So I thought that was very interesting. So what truly sets them apart? In our analysis of the 44 or so attributes we tested, 6 of them showed up as statistically significant in defining someone as a challenger rep. And here they are. They offer the customer unique perspectives, has a strong two-way communication skills, knows the individual customer's value drivers, can identify economic drivers of the customer's business, is comfortable discussing money, can pressure the customer. The way they describe these attributes is pretty intriguing. This is someone that's not afraid to kind of hold their own, to discuss money, push a little bit, explain a problem that is coming and say that I'm the solution and I'm the best solution. And then of course the customer says, well, we like what you're offering, but we can only do it if we get a discount. They're not quick to just say, well, okay, I'll get you a discount. They're kind of like, well, here's the value again. Let me remind you of the value and I'll show you, maybe bring you some more value, but without changing the price, right? Very comfortable in that situation. They can control the room. And that's one thing that I've seen in my own life and in business, is those that are, when there's no one in control, when you're not driving the room and you don't have the ability to sort of steer people in the direction you want to go, things just go in every direction, especially the more people you get in the room. You get a bunch of key players in a room. They're typically people that are motivated, driven, self-confident, have a certain knowledge base. They all have their own ideas. And so if you're not steering the conversation and taking control, it's going to get crazy, especially you get those people in there. A challenger is really defined by the ability to do 3 things: teach, tailor, and take control. So they teach for differentiation during the sales interaction. They tailor for resonance, delivering the right message to the right person within the customer organization. And finally, they are comfortable discussing money and can, when needed, press the customer a bit. In this way, the challenger takes control of the sell. Most of the book from here on out is sort of like a roadmap, a step-by-step process for how a company can develop challenger salespeople. And it's very much an organizational structure. So a lot of what they discuss is how an organization cannot wrap their arms around their big salespeople, and that a lot of companies find that a large percentage of their business actually comes from a few of their salespeople. So how do you empower that salesperson to have access to resources within your company, support, the ability to hand over a customer to your company once they've done their thing and go on to another customer, right? So structuring your organization around your challenger sales instead of the other way. Instead of sending a rep out and say, this is what we do, go sell it. You sort of say, what do you need to sell this? And let's create that structure. So it's about showing customers how much better their life would be if they just acted differently. It's about behaving differently, not buying differently. So this is what challengers can provide to those customers, right? I'm skipping a ton of this book as far as my highlights and stuff, because like I said, it's like the details of like, here's step 1, step 2, step 3 to create challenger salespeople within your organization and structure around them. So I think this is my last thing that I want to share with you. It says, don't just change the training, change what happens before and after. Okay, so outside of compensation, sales training represents one of the biggest discretionary spending areas for a sales organization. It also represents one of the biggest time and money sinks. Research by Neil Rackman has shown that 87% of sales training content is forgotten by reps within 30 days. So here's a few things that need to be done in your sales training organization. First, they are boosting rep demands for change and generating training buzz before it is rolled out. Second, they're engineering high quality experiential learning that gives reps a sense of safe practice focused on real accounts. And third, they're creating sustained behavioral certification programs to reinforce learning over time. So this is an excellent book, The Challenger Sell. The author is Neil Rackman, author of Spin Selling. This one's definitely going to stay in my library. I think it was based on good research. The result was very clear, and it's a very good step-by-step guide for any business person to improve yourself or your teams. So anyway, I'll drop the link below. So please go purchase that from Amazon, and that way I'll get a little kickback. Give me a like, subscribe, share this with your friends, family, circles, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.